No. Hey guys, what's going on? Young Donut here. Really quick before the episode with MattDotZeb starts, which again, I hope you all enjoy. It was a lot of fun to record. I just want to go over a quick update about the controller giveaway. We are currently at 195 followers, which is amazing to me. I'm just going to give away the thing at like 200 because we're so close. Might as well push for the even 200. This sexy little bad boy is out of my hands, and it's going to be sad to watch him go, but if you don't remember what he looks like, or she, I don't assume controller gender. It's a beautiful controller with dashback, or snapback dashback, and shield drop notches. Feels like a great controller. The buttons are sick. It's an overall great controller. You're getting a steal for it for free, literally just by following the channel. And yeah, I'll probably give it away the next time I go live if we hit 200 followers by then. If we don't, until I go streaming, I'll have to do it the next one because I'm going to have to obviously like set up shipping shit and stuff like that. Like I still have to make the spreadsheet and everything. Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, let's get to 200 followers before I stream again, or let's get 200 followers the next time I stream. Whatever. It's all the same. But again, I gotta shout them out. Mute City Customs, best controller modifications in the game, and color options. These guys are incredible. N-Freak, Typo, Ceresium. I hope that's how I say it. I still don't know if that's how you say his tagger. These guys are incredible at what they do. You seriously need to contact them if you haven't already to get yourself a pro level controller. They do modifications for all the pros. They'll do modifications for you, even if you're a nobody. They're great people, amazing to work with, very kind, very respectful of you, very willing and able to negotiate so many things. So I can't recommend them enough. I am kind of in a rush. I need to head down to set up for my weekly today. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Make sure you use coupon code THEBAKERY at checkout on Mute City Customs for some of their merch with 10% off. How can you go wrong? You really can't. And I hope you guys enjoy the episode, and I hope you guys stick around because there's so much more to come on my channel, so much more to come on my YouTube. Things are looking great. Love you guys. Enjoy the episode. I really just wanted to do this. Okay, bye. Yo, 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 what is up with it, everyone? Welcome your beautiful little heinies to The Bakery, my very own Smash Brothers Melee podcast. We are here on episode 7, I think I'm finally at, which is not really much of a landmark, but you know what? I'm proud of it no matter what. And with me today is an amazing guest, as always. You guys really shouldn't expect much less. The man, the myth, the winged legend himself, Matt Zaborowski. I want to assume I said that right. Did I get it?
You know, no, that might be the worst one I've heard in a couple of years.
Damn, Zaborowski.
Zaborowski.
I'm like trying to give the W the emphasis it deserves, man. But I think I'm overdoing it.
Dude, yeah, man.
Zaborowski? No, that was even worse. Oh my god.
I'll give you one more.
All right, let's see. Oh my god, Zaborowski.
Oh, nailed it.
Oh, are you serious?
Zaborowski.
Oh my god. You see, I just had to look at it a little bit more and just hate myself enough to actually sound these things out syllable by syllable.
Dude, I feel you. There's some people's last names that I see and I'm just like, I'm really not going to try to figure out how to pronounce that. So I'm going to assume that what I read is correct. Like, there's so many people on Facebook that I'll just go through. I'm like, I'm not going to try to stop and figure this out. And then, like, one day I have to type it. I'm like, oh, okay.
You know, I tried. At the end of the day, they tried their best. What more can you ask of them?
Yeah.
So I'm here. If you don't know who that is MattDotZeb. Also, if you just can't read the name on your screen because it blatantly says MattDotZeb, I think you could figure it out. The infamous TO player. Just the overall Smash guy who's just, I don't even know, you've just been all over the place. How long have you been a part of the scene, would you say?
We're in August of 2017, so that's actually 12 years to the month.
Wow. 12 whole years of this game, and it's been out for what, like 15? Something like that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah.
So this guy's been around since the before even grassroots, if that's what we're gonna go by. So Matt, if you want to even go ahead, give an introduction for the people that are here that don't even know who you are. If you want to introduce yourself, where you're from, who you play in the game, all that good stuff. Just who is MattDotZeb?
Sure. I am a Falco player, and I run tournaments and work at Smash GG. I live in San Francisco. I'm from New England. I've been in New England for the first 11 years of my Smash career, and well, my whole life. And then about a year ago, moved to San Francisco. Yeah, I run Shine, if you've heard of that. It is a pretty big tournament.
We'll get to that. We're definitely going to get to that. Don't worry.
Registration closes today. Just
what?
saying.
Whoa.
Today.
Wow.
Throwing that one in there. I'm actually in Boston right now.
Nice.
Here the whole month leading up to the tournament. And yeah, I mean, that's some quick background on myself.
Nice. Did you have a educational background? Did you go to school much?
I went to high school as much as I could get away with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah? And then just kind of...
But yeah, I mean, I tried college, and I think the first time I went was for business. I did 2 semesters, and I was like, I don't like it. And then a year later, I tried again, and I went for psychology, and I didn't like it. And so it was mostly like, you know, when I started to do that, I was very cemented in the scene already. Maybe 2011-ish, I think, is when I went for it. I think I lived in Chicago for a year as well in the period. And yeah, just, I don't know. There was nothing else like I could really figure out. Like, I wanted to do business to like learn about Smash, like to apply things to Smash. And I'm like, I have to take all these other classes that I just do not care about.
Yup. Welcome to college.
so it's just like, yeah, I just don't like this. I'm just not into it. You know, I just wasn't vibing with it. And you know, I was still doing a lot of Smash. I had a job that fortunately was letting me be pretty flexible. With going to tournaments, there was some friction, not gonna lie. It was a call center. I was there for like 5 years, 6 years. And you know, but they let me do my thing as much as I could get away with. Right. And you know, I eventually worked part-time to put like more time into Smash. And yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really too into the whole college thing. It really wasn't getting to the core of what I wanted to do.
Of course. It's not for everyone. So, you can't expect it to be.
Yeah.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that completely. So with that being said, how you were saying you went into business and you would want to apply that even into Smash, do you see that it did help, at least in the long run, at least? It's kind of helped you develop as someone that can create tournaments? Or would you say that even without the college experience, you've kind of figured it out?
I mean, I think you're going to learn something no matter what when you're sitting in a classroom for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
So, you know, it would be silly to say that it didn't, like, help. You know, because it did help me learn. I learned things. But I think more so the idea of wanting to do that in general led me to, you know, trying to do better practices and, you know, kind of learn from people who do big events and try to figure it out.
Right.
So I think more so that's really what guided it. I think I learned more by just really trying than I did in any classroom. To be perfectly honest. And like, I mean, again, that's from a very limited college experience.
No, I understand that. Yeah, for sure. So going way back, a little bit back to what we were talking about, how you've been in the scene for around 12 years now. How do you, if you even remember, how do you think you got introduced to the game?
I could tell. I love this.
Oh, let's go.
I love talking about this stuff, dude.
Beautiful.
Well, I got introduced before. You know, I had a group of friends when I was in elementary school. We would play. Melee came out. We played it pretty casually, obviously, and you know, we would do a thing where we would just get together, play a bunch of games. We'd all have a bunch of video games, like from all the consoles, from NES to the GameCube, and sometimes we'd like turn games upside down and shuffle them and just pick one and play it. But eventually, over the years, it became Mario Party 4 and Melee.
Nice.
And,
best.
We got to this point where we're just like, no, let's just play Melee. And so, you know, we'd play a lot of Melee, and then one of my friends was getting into speedrunning. I'm gonna name drop him. He's hype. If you ever seen the sub 5-minute Super Mario Bros. 1 runs. Shout out to Andrew G.
Ooh.
That is my longtime friend. Got into Smash with him and everything. We went to our first Smash Fest together, our first tournament together.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, he's doing all the speed running, and we're seeing like Twin Galaxies and stuff. We're like, oh wow, there's some competition around these games. That's cool. We saw like Melee break the targets records. This is like into 2005 and 2004 is when we started getting into this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, what if there's this sort of stuff in Melee, where there's people who are trying to get good, and eventually we stumbled into Game Facts, found the Compendium of Knowledge. Shout outs to YCZ6. I'm pretty sure that's still posted in this SSBM general board on Game Facts.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw that, and 2 weeks later we found a tournament to go down to.
Nice.
That was August of 2005. Yeah.
Since then, it's just kind of been a forever going on, playing the game.
Yeah.
Were you a
Playing
Falco main from the get-go, or did you kind of mess around?
Samus.
Oh yeah.
I was Samus, dude. For a bit, I was Samus into the competitive career. I was definitely like Samus. Like I was in my mind, like Samus is my best character, and it was like that for a couple of years before I went to my first tournament. And I don't know. I played Falco starting in the summer of 2006, and before Falco, I was like kind of rotating between like Mario and Peach. And I'd play a couple different characters just to kind of get a feel, like Link and Ice Climbers and Luigi.
Right.
But I don't know. My friend, he played Fox, and I don't know. Once I started to laser him,
I just never wanted to stop.
That was it. Hit the laser shine there, and it's like, oh my god. And
Dude,
I've just been a Falco main since then.
I feel that you do your first Dare Shine combo, and you actually get someone. You're like, bro, I'm just fucking amazing. Like, dude,
there's something there. It's like up throw down smash with Peach. Right?
Yo, seriously.
You get an up throw and a down smash, and you're just like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, you're not gonna win anymore.
I don't know. I got that bite with Falco.
I feel that, man. I wish that happened to me from the beginning. I toyed around with too many characters, but I feel that, dude. Now I love that bird. He's so fun. So speaking of being introduced to a game, let's talk about how did you get introduced to TOing, I guess I would say, because it seems like at least from the first time I ever even heard of you, I knew you were a player, but I had no idea that you also TO'd like pretty much a ton of events, and we'll get into those events and some things like that later on. But how did you first like get into, like, generally speaking, TOing?
Yeah, anyone will tell you back in the day, in like 2005, 2006,
mm-hmm.
and the years before that. I wish I started early, but the years before that, tournaments were clean. You'd wait a month, 2 months, 3 months to go to like a decent tournament.
Oh. Okay.
And people were not averse to traveling for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
So 2006, there were some Smash Fests and stuff, and like I was like playing with like Korean DJ and like the Ninja Turtles, and, that was pretty cool. But that was like only Smash Fest. There weren't really tournaments, and so I eventually had some people over, and I was just trying to do like bigger fests so I could play people. And someone started a series called Mass Madness at the store called Game Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's one of your more well-known series, right?
Mass Madness? So I actually did not start Mass Madness.
Oh, okay.
Mass Madness began from a player called Red Sox fan, and he 2-3 tournaments in handed it off to me and this other player. His tag was Ellen, and he handed it off to the two of us, and we're like 14, I think, both 14, 15, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because we'd been doing fests and stuff, and we'd been at least semi-organizing people. So that's kind of where Mass Madness just continued on from there. And then we started Hall of Gaming, I think, in 2009 or so. But yeah, it was a lot of like just home fests, home tournaments.
Just kind of progressing into something bigger.
Yeah, it was just like organizing people for a bit, I guess. And then someone being like, "Do you want to run this tournament?" You know, it was in a game store. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll do that. And so I just did that for a really long time. I'm no longer the TO of Mass Madness, although it continues. It's at now what's called, which is Game Universe, except they're now inside of a mall. Ooh. So it's really good for them. It's pretty hype. They've had a pretty storied history in the New England fighting game community. So definitely shout outs to Game Underground.
Shout out. Definitely.
If you're ever in the Boston area, check out Game Underground.
And where did you say you are now, you're saying? You're in Boston right now, obviously. Oh, San Fran.
I live in San Francisco, but I'm in Boston now.
Gotcha. Because I was going to say, so how often do you like check up in there? Do you go to those tournaments still every now and again?
No. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I have a lot on my plate that it makes going to locals very difficult, especially with a job that runs on Pacific hours primarily.
Right.
You know, my days don't generally start to wind down until 8, 9 o'clock when I'm over here. So that makes it very difficult to go to locals if I'm being a responsible employee. I might be going to one this coming Tuesday.
Ooh.
I think there's one either this Tuesday or next before Shine. It's going to be like one of the first Tuesday locals in a while. So it's going to be pretty hype. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to another tournament out here, unfortunately. Yeah, but I've been seeing people and been having a nice time.
Well, I mean, it is kind of understandable because this can segue into the next thing I was going to talk to you about is all this work that it seems that you get piled on with, like your organization listing of just things that you have. You created Big Blue, I'm assuming, right? You were the founder of Big Blue eSports.
I'm one of the founders, yeah.
One of the founders, okay. There's that. You're partnered with Smash GG, so you work with them. You're the Melee Games Coordinator, which I kind of want to talk a little bit about that too, because that's something I always wished my college and colleges nearby that I go to would participate in, but we'll get over that. You work with MIOM, and then you have hosting events on the other end of it all, plus Shine. It's like, this guy's freaking everywhere. How do you do this?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, honestly, it's just
luck of the draw.
I guess.
Well, I guess the one organization, if I can pronunciate correctly, that I would want to start is Big Blue. When you started that, what was that you were aiming for? Was that supposed to be to help you originally hosting locals and hosting beginning tournaments and stuff like that, or what was Big Blue to begin with?
Sure, and you know, I'll be happy to talk about each of them if you'd like.
Sure.
But so with Big Blue, it kind of came around as a natural progression of the growth of the scene. You know, we'd been running events and cultivating a really nice community in New England over the years, but it didn't really like have large growth in like a really quick way, I guess you'd say. And I think that was a lot of the Melee community at the time. But leading up to 2013, I think we had about 350 members in New England Melee.
Okay.
That was a pretty good count. New England Melee being like the hub, you know, for New England Smash and stuff. We'd announce tournaments and run circuits through it and all that. Once the Evo push for the breast cancer donation drive and Evo and the documentary all just came about, you know, where the real scene, and we saw a ton of casual people, or formerly, I suppose, casual people, you know, really being like, oh, we got to go to tournaments. And in August, we had a big circuit-ending event. We had like 89 people, and that was like really good. Right. Then we started running these weeklies in Boston in September of 2013, Tuesday night weeklies. We got like 17 people in the first. Whoa, these are at this like bar. We were like, wow, that's cool. And so we continued to run them, and by the end of November, we had like 40 people coming out on a Tuesday. That was like what we would expect at like a moderate turnout at one of the bigger New England named tournaments. In December, we ran a tournament, had 112 people come out on a Friday night to a university, and that was like insane considering the biggest tournament in New England before that was 89 people, and it was a circuit-ending event with like BGBC and like. It was a big thing, you know?
Right.
So basically, our scene was growing. We were doing these events, and I am generally like holding it all down. You know, I'm taking registration, I'm calling matches, I'm running the stream I'm assigning station numbers. I'm setting up the venue. You know, I'm just holding it down. And people then just started being like, oh, let me try to help you out a little bit. Let me take this job off your hands, right? And so, you know, we had someone help me start calling matches, and we had someone take over the stream. Then we had someone start taking some accounting of how we were performing, and you know, somebody else start helping running the tournament, so it wasn't as like of a demanding thing across the board. And you know, eventually, as we're doing this, and you know, we start talking, and we're like, well, what if we just do a big one?
Okay.
And this was maybe the start of mid of 2015, maybe. No, maybe like start of 2015 more so, in that area, like first quarter, second quarter. And you know, we formalized the company, I think in February. I want to say we made it an LLC in like February or March of that year. It's been around for 2 years now.
Okay.
And yeah, you know, we turned it into Shine, and that, you know, also operates the Melee games, and ran all of the weeklies and regionals in New England, and yeah,
so it just became the big standard for you guys.
Yeah, it just became a thing. You know, and we all know we're like very capable.
Yeah,
and we want to run good events, and we look at other events and we're just like, we could do that. We could probably do that better.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna say, it sounds almost like you guys realized you're capable of being this company, and well, you freaking did it. So I mean, props to that, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's Big Blue, and you know, it's been, you know, with bigger events, it can be a little bit risky, but it's a lot. In a way, it's a lot safer as well than doing it as just an individual. So.
I mean, I know I heard nothing but great things about Shine last year. I'm excited to talk about that later, but like,
sure.
You guys, as far as I know, have a great rep, and that's pretty sick to start.
Thank you.
So next on there was Smash GG. Now you're just a partner with them, or do you full on work at Smash GG?
I am full-time work at Smash GG.
Okay.
Yeah, that is my full-time job. It is a very demanding thing. I absolutely love it.
Which does lead up the question, what does that entail? Because working at Smash GG, I can only imagine. What do you do?
Well, we all have like our share of hats. Primarily, I am part of the partner success team in that I do partnerships. That means working with some of our larger partners, you know, larger companies that want to run events and, you know, want to use the platform. So we kind of guide their usage of the site. So we have a very in-depth knowledge of the features that we have, the features that are coming, you know, the path of the company, and that, you know, we can express what Smash GG is and where it's going to be going,
right,
and how it can best be used to improve your events. You know, so that's kind of what I do, and you know, we'll relay requests between partners and the company and everything, and yeah, so it's a lot of fun because I get to actually have a lot of input on how events are being run.
Okay.
And I have a lot more visibility into a lot of things, and that alone has actually been like one of my favorite things about it is that I get to see all of these events going and have, you know, the ability to, you know, talk to other TOs and like advise them and learn from them. It's really, really cool. I really enjoy that.
Definitely. That's pretty awesome. I don't know why, but I think it was it might have been the tournament that I was running out in my college area that I needed to use Smash GG, and I think I had communication with you and like the group of Smash GG people at the time, and a part of me was at the time wondering, if this guy works for Smash GG, is this literally all he's doing is just replying to my stupid ass messages and shit like that? But then like the more you think on it, it's like, wait, no, there's like millions of idiots out there that need this help. He's definitely not only out here for me. So I see what you mean now by what you do there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Next, the Melee games. That was something that when I first heard about it, I thought that was insane. It's what the mixture of just college Smash kids and just global Smash kids kind of just playing against each other, and that's held at Shine?
The finals will be at Shine, yes.
Gotcha.
We have the national Final Four happening at the event. We're flying out the teams to participate. Yeah, that the Melee games is quite something. It's unfortunately it's something that is so demanding that quite recently I've had to essentially hand it off.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll be talking more about that at the end of this month. But it's fantastic. Like, I still meet people now that come up to me, and Melee games has been around since the start of 2015. I have people that come up to me and thank me for starting it, that they really enjoy it. Actually, no, I'm sorry, the start of 2014.
Oh, jeez.
And so people come up to me and still tell me, like, I got into Smash because of this. I was at DreamHack Atlanta, and people came up to me and actually said that to me.
Oh my god.
And that's really cool. That was the general idea, and it wasn't planned that it was going to become this huge thing. It started and it got swept up.
Right.
And it's a thing that, to properly execute, is required to have like someone behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe full time, if it's going to succeed, and grow in a very meaningful way.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it to where we could, and we've been pretty silent about what's generally been happening. But again, we'll be talking about that at the end of the month.
Right.
Pretty excited to see the future of it, though. That's for sure. And it's collegiate crew battles. Like, it just brings people together. So it's a really unique thing in Smash. There's not even pro crew battle circuits. People just at a small school, maybe, you're pointing to someone who's never really been to a tournament. You're just like, maybe a buddy that you just know plays casually. You're like, dude, we just need a fifth. Come on.
Right.
And you just drag them in. And then they go to a tournament, they play the crew battle, and they're like, oh, this is pretty hype,
Definitely.
And people just keep coming, and it's a really good way to meet new people, and it's certainly proved its use in that, for sure.
Yeah, man. That's sick. I'm excited to see how that goes this year. I think I have a couple friends that might be attending that, so shout out to that, and I'm excited to see it. MIOM, were you working with them initially, or have you just always been a member on their team? What's that one?
I think I joined MIOM like in the middle or end of 2014, I think, in that area.
Okay, so around there.
Yeah, that honestly, it's a group of individuals that each have their own sort of insightfulness and ability.
Yep.
It's been something that the community looks to for guidance and knowledge, essentially, and that was one of the primary goals of it, that being a voice,
right?
In the community. Yep. And that's, I think MIOM has also led to a lot right now that's been happening. Mm-hmm. In terms of like the competition committee and things like that. I think that's a very, very much like an extension of what MIOM had been as well.
Right.
And it's just been something very influential in the community. So it's hard to say that there's a lot that there's like actively grinding behind. It's like just a network, essentially. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. It's like it's a network with a big voice, right?
Right.
And a lot of ability to spread knowledge.
That makes enough sense to me. And you're just one of those voices involved, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess that can do it in terms of all this organization stuff. And just talking about this, I feel like I have a pile of paper on my desk right now, just like waiting to be filled out. I don't get how you do it, but congrats on doing it. And with that leads us into a very special event that you have coming up here. Shine 2017 in Boston, Mass. Not this weekend, next weekend, August 25th to the 27th. Today being the last day to register too. I actually just kind of Facebook sniped that picture off your post on Facebook, and it's up on the screen now for everyone to see. You got to make sure you guys register for this. If you want to talk a little bit about Shine, not even this year's, you could talk about Shine like in general. You guys had it last year. It was a great tournament. Was it considered one of the super majors of last year, or was it just considered a major?
It kind of came out of the gate as a super major, I believe. It's really something that we're trying to position as one of the largest events and one of the most well-run and enjoyable events.
Right.
And I think we delivered on that, and I think we've done a good job of getting the community to want to come to the tournament. You know, we've broken our registration numbers from last year. Last year, we had on Smash GG about 1750 sign up.
Oh, you are past that, my man.
Yeah, I think now we might be around 2050 right now, so at least 300 more. We'll see how the rest of the night plays out. You know, people like to register late, so
Definitely,
we'll see.
Definitely.
And yeah, it's held at the Seaport World Trade Center. It's in a beautiful location. The venue is gorgeous. It's huge. It is probably the biggest Smash venue you'll be to. It's 127,000 square feet.
Oh God.
We don't really have to use all of it, but it's a lot.
If you got it, use it. You know. It's at my transposal.
We'll do something in there. We'll get like go-karts or something. One
my
year.
God. That would be
something.
That'd be amazing. You get like a Mario Kart thing going. Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness. Go to a Smash tournament, play Mario Kart in the venue. That would be nutty.
Oh my God.
That would be nutty. We'll put that one.
Put that on the list. Yeah. So last year you guys had a lot of big names. I'm pretty sure what you had Mango, you had M2K, you had SFAT. I'm probably blanking on that might have been was that the tournament also Plup was like going ham with Fox? If it wasn't that one. Yeah, it was that one. Okay. So then you look at the returning cast, all those guys. We have HBox coming, Leffen coming, Axe, Westball, Swedish, Shroomed, Wizrobe. You got amazing melee names.
We have the top 10 minus Armada.
Minus Armada? God damn.
Yeah, everyone else.
Too busy practicing with his brother.
Yeah. Like, I think we're close to. I think we're like over. We're not at 50, but I think we're like 46 or 47 of the top 50.
Yep.
For melee are signed up this year.
And so with that, a lot of people, I would imagine, stress over knowing like, oh God, we have top players coming. Like this needs to be run perfectly. This is stressful. How do you handle that when you're booking these top level players to fly in from all over? Like, well, number one, I can assume it probably feels good knowing these guys want to attend your stuff. But how does it transpire being the TO in that situation?
I mean, you want them to go because you do know to a degree your event's success depends on the players that you get to go. You know, I'm sure the first event that gets to announce they're going to have PP at it is going to see a pretty significant raise in attention.
Definitely.
You know, whenever that's going to happen, you know, that's obviously a very large example. But, you know, you kind of have to also respect that the player has a ton of events to go to. You can't expect everyone to always be able to make it. I try to help where I can, you know, and I'm friends with a lot of these people. I've you know, known them for a very long time, you know, or at least known of them and vice versa. And, you know, especially as of late, have had, you know, been in communication with a lot of them. You know, so I it's very, you know, much that I just reach out to people. You know, the strat that I had the week before the last registration increase, like 2 weeks ago, you know, we hadn't released our attendee list and just reached out to a bunch of people right before, you know, the reg went up, about like 5 or 6 days before, so we could make a bunch of like graphics around it and really hammer that week on social media. I don't know if you remember seeing a bunch of Shine stuff on Twitter that week, but I got like 30 tweets or something like that. Week.
I got them.
Yeah, we were going in, so you know, I just reached out to a bunch of people like, hey, are you going to Shine? I like literally went down the list, and you know, I'm like, hey, if you're going to Shine, let me know. Registration's going up soon. You know, certain people I would try to help out, like if I know they needed a little bit of assistance, we'd like waive their venue fee, you know, and just make it a little bit easier for them to go to the event.
Right.
And, you know, would direct people like, hey, here's who you should go to talk to. We got None to come. That was fun because None, I asked him and he's like, no, I don't think I'm going to go. New England doesn't like me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are how do they not like you? Like, what? So I went into New England Melee. I said, I screenshotted our conversation. He's like, no, I don't think they go. They don't like me. So I screenshotted that and posted it in New England Melee. Like, None appreciation post, go. And
oh my God.
A bunch of people were just like, I love None. None is my favorite belt. I'd love to see None at Shine. And just going down, and it was just great. So I screenshotted that, sent it to him, and he's coming to Shine.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome.
I think that's one of my favorite my registration story for this one.
Dude, he's amazing. How could people hate him? That's
I know,
insane.
man. So he's driving down, and you know, so we do things to try to help out and, you know, convince people to go, and yeah. And a lot of people just want to go because they know it's going to be a good event. And fortunately, I have a pretty solid reputation as a TO that knows how to run tournaments.
Definitely.
And yeah, so they're pretty down to hit up the event and be excited to go to it. And
For sure.
everyone's had a great experience, so word of mouth has really helped as well.
Definitely. I'm still so sad I can't attend. I hope it's a great event. I'll be definitely tuning in on Twitch to watch that whole thing. Got to go to school.
Sweet.
Got to get that education. But with that also leads into the new rule set that came out as of recent. There was talk about the hitbox, the smash box, all those lovely little boxes. Now, those are legal or illegal at Shine?
Those are not legal to play on at Shine. In the main tournaments. Side events, ladders, crew battles.
They're all welcome. Gotcha.
Go for it.
Gotcha. Now, have you gotten it back? I'm wondering if you've gotten like backlash from that type of thing, or do people just kind of not care? Oh, really?
Oh yeah. And that's it's to be expected. Not everyone's going to be okay with that decision, and ultimately, I know it's not something that has to last in that way where it's banned.
Right.
People literally cannot play on a GameCube controller that can play on a box, and it's not. And I don't want to sound hypocritical, but it's not cool to really lock those people out of the community. It's just right now we need to, get to a general standardization and ways to check on this to get to a point where we can, be confident of allowing these in tournament.
Of course.
It's a very big argument, complex argument. And it is something that I do hope that we can get to a resolution to have it become legal. With this rule set, it comes with the, ability to submit amendments, and there's going to be people being appointed to the 25, which are the ones that also will sign off on the amendment process. So it's not, going to stay as just the individuals in the 5. So that I think is probably going to be one of the first things that we'll be able to see an amendment on. I know it's one of the things that people are really pushing for, and I think a lot of people who want to see these become legal understand what they need to do to make that happen.
Okay. And along that, though, it does kind of bring up, even someone in the chat kind of asked it before I even got it out. It's about the UCF thing that's being used for Shine. Doesn't that almost counterplay that a little bit, though, by the fact it's only been out for like a short amount of time, but you guys are like, let's fully implement it? Or do you just, what are your take on that? Why do you feel that that's a lot more solid and consistent and should be used in Shine instead of even allowing boxes and stuff?
I will be honest with you that in the extremely technical way, I'm not the greatest or the most knowledgeable in this.
Okay.
As far as how the UCB specifically works, right?
Yep.
What I do know is that the people who put it together have tested it and tested it and tested it. And it's not like this has only been around for 2 weeks necessarily. This thing has been in testing for quite a while. A memory card hack as well is not as complex as a change in like the controller specifically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I suggest there's a Reddit comment or thread that was made when this was announced, and within that, Dan Salvato, who is the creator of all of this, explains a lot of why this is not in the same sort of scope as allowing the box, and that's something that I think if I could probably find it and send it if you want to post it in the chat for people to read as well.
It's all good. I know they can. I'm pretty sure Dan Salvato has like a YouTube page where he addresses like a lot of things like this. I've taken a little bit of a look at some of those myself, and I kind of see what you mean on that. I think it's just a lot of people almost want to. Let me think here. Like, I don't want to say find a reason.
It's in your messages. Yeah, if you want to just throw it in there anyway.
Sure. Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, it's on Reddit. The Smash Bros. Reddit. So I feel like at one point or another, people also just kind of look at it as a point of, I can kind of find something to complain about here. Not only to complain about, but the fact that like the fact that it is being used at Shine, I think it's a good idea because it does need to be tested in a public tournament setting, especially one that's going to be this big. And with the testing that's been done on it, I don't doubt that that's going to be bad or anything. However, I'm also the one that's fully on board of thinking box should be legal. But then again, it's hard to find that middle ground. So I think I see what you mean. It does bring up the question of, like, what would it take, though, to make the box controllers legal? Like, what is still missing off them?
Yeah, I mean, I think there it is, honestly, in the simplest terms, standardization, a good amount of QA, and checks.
Okay.
Ways that you'll be able to check against a controller. You know, whether that's built in with, maybe there's a way to do it with a memory card. Maybe you need a specific piece of hardware, and that hardware has to be attached to every system at the tournament. I don't know. But I think that in the simplest terms, those three things will lead to its eventual legality. And, you know, a lot of careful wording, I suppose.
Yeah, no, that works too. You gotta imagine,
whoever
like,
drafts the rule set is gonna have a good time with that.
You really gotta also, like, understand the fact that, like, people that would modify a GameCube controller is probably a lot less likely to be, or no, it'd be a lot more likely to be caught than someone that modified a box. I could only imagine, because the box is just going to have buttons on it. You're going to have no idea what they are. If you see a GameCube controller that for some reason the X button will always ledge dash perfectly, like, come on. It's a little bit more blatant on certain things. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I do think, you know, there is a side to this about GameCube controller mods that hasn't really been discussed in the same vein or same intensity as boxes specifically. Right. And I do think that is also something that does need addressing
for
properly.
For sure.
Some way to check against that.
Yeah. But we'll get off the topic of legal versus illegal. Guys, just make sure you go to smash.gg/shine. Get that last day registration in. You will not want to miss this event. I'm missing this event, and I'm sad. But you guys don't have to be me.
Next year.
Oh, I freaking hope so. I'm graduating this year. Yes! Next year. Yes.
There you go.
I will.
Sick.
I will do this. But guys, look at all these games that are there. They got Street Fighter. They got your Smash games. They got UMC3, Rivals, Guilty Gear, Brawlhalla. What more do you guys want? There's over 2,000 people going to this. I can't recommend it enough. Go to this event. Have a blast. Give Matt a high five, but make sure you wash your hands. Or just, like, salute him like the Captain Falcon thing, you know? Can't recommend that tournament enough. And that's enough for Shine. Right now, I actually wanted to ask you, as a player, you were saying earlier, I think, when you're busy with all your work, as obviously you have, you don't get to play as much in locals as you would like to. Do you see you being a player drastically changing at all? Like, you're not feeling you're as good as you were? Do you think you're still at a level that's good? I know you had a GR Smash top 10 MattDotZeb moments even made for you. If you guys haven't seen that, also go watch that. That is a great top 10 to watch.
That's a fun one.
I love it.
Well, I mean, I think I've obviously shifted priorities away from being a good player as my big goal. You know, I
still a competitor.
What's that?
Still like a competitor though, and stuff like that.
Right, I'm still entering tournaments. You know, like I got 25th at Gommel. I still got something going on.
Hell yeah.
But you know, I struggled for a while, honestly, about, you know, being a TO and being a player, and, you know, running events impacting how I do as a player. You know, when you're in a serious bracket match and then you have to after and talk to, you know, people who are coming up about their pools and things like that.
Right.
You know, you have a whole tournament to think about at the same time. It's, you know, it was difficult, and so I dealt with that for quite a while, honestly. Kind of struggling between, like, what I was really trying to be, because I wanted to be both, and it's a very, very difficult thing. And, you know, I think I've kind of settled more on the fact that, you know, all right, I'm an organizer, but, you know, it's like, this is what I do. This is how I make my livelihood. I run events,
of course,
and I work on events, and that's my thing. But, you know, I do play, not too often, but I do play you know, when I'm in the office at SF, we have setups there. You know, and I work alongside SwuM and Mahone, and you know, get some good melee in.
Right.
And you know, if I go out to these big tournaments, 'cause I am often flying to events. You know, usually 2 to 3 a month. Sometimes less, but usually 2 to 3 a month. And you know, there's always melee there, and I can always try to, even if I also be in the stands just on my laptop working, you know, on downtime or something like that. So I still get to play, and I still try to improve as a player.
Yep.
You know, I think I actually have one of the better I think my understanding for the game is at its highest right now.
Okay.
I think my general execution is also at one of its higher points.
Okay.
I think though my specific competitive drive, and you know, being at tournaments and like really clicking and taking it seriously, that is probably at one of its lowest points, however.
Okay.
And you know, that's something that like I want to do better with, and I want to, you know, because there's still this, I still want to be a good player, you know, so I want to be improving on that, and you know, it's just something that's like a pretty constant kind of struggle to work with.
Well, have you ever, one thing I was going to ask is, what about commentary? I don't feel like I see you do commentary as much.
I love commentary.
So Shine, are we getting
No,
one of those shoulder nudges like, hey, I'll do some commentary at Shine?
No.
No?
I don't want to be distracted at Shine. No, but I do enjoy commentary a lot. I don't do it very often though, you're right. I think the only times maybe this year I've commentated, I did opening of doubles at Fuse, or no, not Fuse, at Genesis Red. I did the opening of doubles there with Calvin, and at DreamHack Atlanta, they needed a sub.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, I did doubles top 8 with Bro.
Ooh. All right, that's not bad.
So that was fun. It was a good time. I like doing it a lot, actually. I requested at Gommel if they had dropouts to put me on the mic, but nobody dropped out. Everyone was there. I know, right?
Oh.
Not one guy could drop out.
Guys, get the hell out of here. Let me talk.
But no, that was fun. It was better that I didn't. I had a lot. I actually ended up having to do a lot for that tournament, so it was better that I didn't commentate. Gotcha. But yeah, I really like it. I want to do more of it, and you know, it's kind of one of those things. I kind of would like to be like a solid commentator player TO. I think that's like a fun combo.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd be like Blur, except I'd be good at the game.
Oh,
so shit. That would be pretty sweet.
Be Blur, but better at the game. Oh my God, shots. Well, I definitely hope we one day get to hear knowledge.zeb on the mic again. That'd be sick. And
yeah, I tend to go pretty into the topic when
into the knowledge.
Mic, you know? I tend to explain things or like call out like something like that was good spacing because, you know, stuff like that.
Good. People need to hear that commentary. That's literally, hey, nice back air. Whoa, what a back air. Hey, they're in neutral again. Wow, that's the commentary I'm looking for nowadays. Holy moly.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
But
sick back air.
Yeah, sick bear. Is he playing Puff? Sick bear.
Oh, sick man. 5 of them.
But I think the thing I was gonna ask is, being a TO and being a player, would you have like tips for those that are in that same field? I know even I'm kind of in charge of TOing events out in my area. But I also love to play the game, and sometimes it's really hard to do both. What advice would you give to those type of people?
I think one big thing that I just want people to be aware of is that when you're at an event that you're running and TOing, understand that your gameplay generally will suffer, your mindset will be divided, and you should not be upset about that.
No, definitely.
I you know, for a long, I was like not really sure how to handle it, you know. For me, so when I was going like through that, I'd be like upset about it a little bit, you know, when I do well at tournaments I ran.
Of course.
So you know, that's one thing I just want to say to people, like, if you're upset about not doing well at a tournament that you run, don't. It happens. But you know, in general, you want to find people that you can also point to and rely on to help you with the events. If you're going to be playing, if you're going to be wearing multiple hats at events in a significant way, if you're, you know, also running the stream and typing in stuff, you know, you want to try to find people to take things off your plate. You don't need to feel guilty about not doing everything.
Yep.
You know, you want to do your best with less, specifically, than, you know, being spread across a bunch of stuff and people be like, oh man, you're doing a whole lot of work. And you're like, yeah, I know, I got it. You know.
Yeah, thanks. You gonna help me out? No, get the hell out of my way. Come on, man.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm sure you know these people. People who run events know people who do lend hands. Yep. But you know, really getting it to like, hey, I'm gonna do this now. I do this, and I want to be able to trust you to do it. And you know, oftentimes you can just start pointing to people, and you know, I would be at tournaments before, and I would just like pick out someone near my laptop, and I'd be like, hey, do you know how this works? Okay, cool. I need you here for like 10-15 minutes. You know, and they would hold it down.
I've definitely had to do that in my weeklies. Just be like, hey, do you know how to click on stream and update scores? Great, I need to go play a match.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I feel that.
You know, so don't feel afraid to point at people. I definitely I've been at tournaments where people have been like afraid to like just kind of tell someone they need them to do something.
Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid to do that.
Yep.
You know, once you can piece that all together and start kind of guiding people around an event, you'll feel a lot better as well.
We might be idiots in some senses, but we all play the same game and we all know how to at least click on things. Come on now. We can do the basics. I feel that. Yeah, no, that's good advice. It's definitely some good advice.
Read, like, if you're running tournaments as well, and this is just, I guess, as a general TO advice, read a lot of Jungle Guy's stuff.
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
Read a lot of his stuff. He writes great things on running tournaments.
I actually should do that. I think I've read like 1 or 2 posts about like TOing. I don't think any of them have been his. Oh, I should definitely do that sometime. Jungle Guy, I'm coming for you, man. So yeah, I guess
I'll give that a read.
So I guess to wrap things up, I'll end it with one last question here that I do want to start asking people that come on the podcast more. It's more just, what do you love most about Melee and Smash that got you into this, and what keeps you into this scene? Like, what is it about Melee and Smash? Obviously for you, I feel it's gonna end up more on the whole like, oh, I TO events, I kind of have to, but there's more. There's got to be.
Yeah. So the first part was asking me what I like.
What do you love most about it? Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's got to be the community.
Yeah.
It has to be. You know, without the community, it would suck. You'd just be playing a really good video game. You know,
like, be beating up a level 1 Fox. I'm the best.
Yeah, but you'd be playing, like, it would be a great game.
Yeah.
But you just wouldn't have a community of people to share it with. So I mean, like, that's got to be it.
For sure.
You know, and you know, the people you meet, like, literally the people in the community I've known for 12 years.
Yep.
That are still in my life, and you know, it's crazy.
Sure.
You know, to think that there's people that literally have been around for so long, and you know, maybe you don't even know them. You know, maybe they're just people that, you know, you saw posting on Smashboards, and one day you meet them, you're like, whoa, it's that guy, and they're like, yeah, you're that guy. You know, and I don't know,
wow,
it's so cool. So that's my favorite. That's got to be my favorite thing.
Okay.
It's just the community is, you know, and the game is, like, obviously just amazing, but
of course,
wouldn't be anything without the community.
Shouts out the community.
And so you're saying what kind of keeps me going?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know, I just can't stop.
I've seriously tried, man. It just keeps pulling me in.
Leave the chat.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel like compelled and obligated, and this is like, for me, like, I'm literally doing like the thing that I think I am good at.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of things that I think I'm good at, but like with what I do with my life within the community, it's literally what I think I'm good at. And so I don't know, I just keep doing it because I really like it, and I can't see myself doing anything else. I don't want to do anything else. And you know, I think I'm one of the lucky people who literally gets to do what they want and be good at doing it. And be comfortable doing it.
Right. No, I mean, it makes sense. You want to stay doing what you like, and and if you're good at it, why stop? Why stop?
Yeah, and you know, I love where it's all going. You know, everybody's learning so much within like sort of, I guess, from the organizer side. You know, everybody's been learning so much in the last few years as things have really ramped up, and as other businesses have gotten involved that also have outside knowledge. And, you know, people are really learning on the fly here too. So that's a really fun part about the community right now too, where there's a ton of information sharing and networking that's happening that is also going to be very exciting in the future.
Gotcha. Well,
you know, because you think about it, like everybody's an amateur, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody just kind of like figured it out. You know, not many people who run big tournaments went and like got an education on how to run big tournaments. You just kind of figured it out as you went. You learned from other people.
Okay, I see what you mean.
You know, that's kind of what I'm saying when I said, you know, it's just a bunch of people who want to run events and just kind of figuring it out and learning as they go and trying to do good stuff. And that's, I think, one of the most exciting things that I also am kind of like striving to see, you know, good stuff come out of that.
Right. And the improvement that would come with it, and just overall a great community. And I think, yeah, that I was about to say, it kind of draws back to what you were just saying about a community. We got a great community full of people that are trying to, oh my God. We got a community here trying to help out others. And all we want to see is this game become the biggest thing it could. I think that's great, man. All right. Well, Matt, I thank you for coming on. This was quite a fun interview today. Glad we finally got around to doing it. Guys, last time I'm going to say it, you need to go and register for Shine 2017. Going to be a great major, going to be a great event. If you can't sign up, it sucks. Hopefully next year you can, but make sure you watch it on Twitch. What is it going to be streamed through? Twitch.tv/what?
Video Game Bootcamp. VG Bootcamp. And we're also going to do Big Blue GG.
Okay, so make sure you guys check out both of those Twitch channels. I'll put a link to those in the description of the VOD of this interview, so you guys can go ahead, follow those channels, get those notifications turned on. Make sure you guys are tuned in for this whole thing. You guys got a bunch of games, a bunch of events going on. I want to see these Melee games, man. I'm so excited to see that. That's going to be so sick.
Yeah, S4C is going to be doing some finals there as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Melee and Smash 4's Collegiate League finals.
Nice. So, guys, again, and big thank you, of course, to Matt for coming on, dude. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun getting to talk to you, getting to learn a bunch of stuff, hopefully informing the audience on some stuff as well. And, yeah, I guess if you have any final things you want to say your goodbyes, we'll sign off.
Sure. I mean, yeah, well, thank you very much for having me on. This is actually a lot of fun. You know, you had a lot of questions lined up that I actually really liked. That was cool. I don't always go if I go to a podcast, so it's sometimes like kind of on the fly, and that was like really prepared, so it was hype.
Oh my God, dude. Thanks, man. Thanks. Quite frankly, I'm not gonna lie here. These questions kind of were a little on the fly. I had some stuff planned out, but when I got your message like later on into the day, I was like, oh wait, we are still doing this. Sick. Shit, I gotta come up with questions. So, but no, I appreciate it. Thank you. It wasn't too hard. You're pretty much a straightforward guy in terms of what to ask, and pretty good on responses. So I mean, dude, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you everyone in the chat for stopping by. Again, Shine coming up 2 weekends. Last day to register is tonight. Hope you guys get on that. Hope you guys had a great night. Matt, I hope you have a great night. I hope that cat or whatever I heard a little bit ago is safe
you heard
and
the
sound.
Cat? Yeah, he's chilling right next to me.
Yo, what's up?
He's just baby.
Oh. All right, man. Well, you take care. You have a great night, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Later.
No problem. Peace.